Here is a strategy against taking down the Lunatic Cultist and Calamity pre-mechanical boss. To start, we'll be playing Mage with the Frigid Flash Bolt reforged to Masterful, as I have found it to be the most effective at this stage of the game. It is a slow firing tome, so make sure you have a good understanding of the projectile speed to predict where the boss will be for maximum damage. The armor we'll be using is the Crystal Assassin set obtained from Queen Slime. I chose this because it has competitive damage, alongside the added benefit of granting an improved dash ability compared to the Shield of Cthulhu. With this dash bonus, we are able to free up a precious accessory slot. The Shield of Cthulhu is great against contact damage bosses, but the Lunatic Cultist has no contact damage, so the knockback from the shield bash can only mess you up. Additionally, the dash covers a far shorter distance compared to that of the Crystal Assassin, making it inadequate. In terms of accessories, I've gone with the Terra Spark boots for added mobility, Angel Wings for flight and much added survivability, Mana Polarizer for its lifesteal function, Sorcerer Emblem for a damage boost, Arcane Flower for infinite mana, and Permafrost Concoction for extra life regen and a revive ability, which to mention isn't very good as it freezes you in place for 3 seconds, which spells death in most situations. Rather than menacing, I recommend reforging all accessories to lucky, as critical strike on average will deal significantly more damage. For potions, the major ones are Mana Power, Soaring, and Fab 12 Vodka for maximum mobility and damage burst. Experiment with different loadouts and classes, and let me know if there's a better combination or weapon at this stage of the game in the comments. The fight starts simple, with most attacks being avoidable by flying circles around him. Try to be near solid ground at all times, as many of his projectiles are destroyed if they reach the ground, making dodging other attacks much easier. These attacks are Ancient Doom, Prophecy's End, Fireball, and Shadow Fireball. The projectiles to be careful of as they pass through tiles are Ancient Light, Ice Mist, and Lightning Orb. As he spawns, he has a fixed attack pattern that can be easily exploited. First, he uses his Fireball attack, which can be dodged by flying up and around the cultist himself. The next attack is Ancient Light, which can be outrun and weaved through, or flown around. Next is Lightning Orb, which fires a predictable arc of lightning where the player is. This can be avoided by either running in a straight line, or flying up and circling it. The last attack he uses is Ice Mist, in combination with Ancient Doom. This attack is the easiest to dodge, as the shards are fired at a fixed degree, and running in a straight line avoids it entirely. While it is the easiest attack to dodge, actually being hit by it is pretty much the end, as it freezes you in place, overwriting any prevention buffs or accessories you may have. Ancient Doom explodes into 4 projectiles that do not home in, so creating distance by running in a straight line and avoiding Ice Mist negates the effectiveness. After this sequence, the Lunatic Cultist will randomly select attacks which only appear one at a time for the first half of the boss fight. The second half begins when the cultist begins his ritual by summoning clones of himself. You can only attack the real version to interrupt the phantasmal dragon from spawning, which is essential. You can tell which one is real and which one is fake, as the real one is visibly bigger than the clones. In later rituals, they all become the same size. The way you can tell them apart is that the real cultist aura has visibly more details than the clones, so get up close and personal and interrupt him. Note that interrupting him does not kill the clones. As more clones spawn, attacks begin to happen simultaneously, but luckily, most of them can just be flown around or destroyed by the ground. The strategies from the first half can be repeated. While clones are alive, he gains 2 new attacks, Prophecy's End and Shadow Fireball. Shadow Fireball behaves similarly to normal Fireball, but weakly homes into the player. This can be avoided by changing direction. This is done best by performing a dash in the other direction to regain full momentum. Prophecy's End circles the player and fires 4 projectiles. They can be avoided by running in a straight line similarly to Ice Mist. The only attack that gets amplified by the clones is Ice Mist, as the calls become faster. Eventually they will be able to catch up to you, so when they get close, you can begin to fly up to avoid them until they despawn. That is it with the attack pattern. Repeat these moves, be swift, and claim a relatively simple victory, unlocking the pillars very early, allowing for some serious gear upgrades for all classes.